Well, good day everybody. Hey, welcome back for another video. You're getting another one pretty quick from our last. Anyways, today me and my wife went on a little road trip. It was to pick up another chicken. And it kind of turned into a rescue mission, I believe, once all is said and done. And I'm going to show you why. So basically, my wife found a listing for a black silky hen, and of course that means we had to go get it. So upon getting the black silky hen, and here she is, the best way to describe this poor little girl is that she really smells. I don't think she's been kept in the best of conditions. She has different little fecal nuggets hanging off her feet, and she really smells. We were trying to come up with different ways to say how she smells. The way I came to describe it was that she smells so bad you can taste it. So that was one way I described it. Another way was she was nasally repulsive. Also came up with offensive to the olfactory senses. So needless to say, we're not really content to just set her loose in the flock and let her clean herself. We want to kind of give her a little head start in the cleaning process. And so that's why I'm gloved up here. For one, I just don't want it to stink all over my hands. And two, I'm going to be giving her a bath. And my wife is here with me now too. She's going to be assisting and holding our new little chickie. We're still trying to come up with a name. I think so far we're thinking Sadie is a good name for her. So I'm going to bring you guys in a little closer. We're going to first of all trim off these little poop nuggets off her feet and get those cleaned up so she doesn't soil the water. We're going to decide as well between two different shampoos and pour her a little bath for her and get started in giving her a little scrub. Alrighty, so hopefully you can appreciate just how dirty these feet are. The actual talons of the feet are embedded in these poop nuggets. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge. Some of these may end up having to be soaked off or worked off in some form or fashion. They're almost on there like concrete. So my wife's going to hold her tipped up like that, and we're just going to try and work on these a little bit to see what we can do, because they are quite embedded. And these talons are actually quite long, I'm finding here. You can see this one talon alone. Look at the length of that. So there hasn't been a whole lot of care for this chicken, unfortunately. And that's why this kind of went from a I want mission to a rescue mission in a sense. Because I really feel we can do a lot better than where she was. Isn't that right, Sadie? So that's our goal anyways. Like I say, some of these are quite embedded here. Oh, sorry. There we go. So far so good. And again, this is pretty stinky stuff. Overall, these ones aren't too bad. Now we got the major poop nuggets off. I'm just going to trim back some of these feathers now. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the last video, getting caught back up with you all. This is the kind of stuff that we've just been doing as it comes up in the past couple of years, in between releasing the videos. But now it feels like everything's kind of settling down enough that we actually got time to get everybody involved again and take the time to capture this stuff on video. Pretty happy with that one. Sorry, Sadie. Like I say, I don't know. I only had a brief look at the chicken coop that this girl was kept in, and it was very dark and dingy. Try not to insult the guy too much since we did get this hen for free, but I really do believe we can give her a much better life here. So I think that's the majority of the poop nuggets done. So I just have an old oil change pan. This is what I got in the shed, and I find it really good for this purpose. This is definitely not something you want to use your mother's baking pan for, your bread pan. All right, you're definitely going to end up with sourdough each and every time if that's what you do. So I'm going to go fill this up, but not until we decide what soap to use. And I got two choices here. This one is like a rabbit, hamster, critter shampoo, it's called. And this says it's an enriched shampoo formula, gently removes dirt, deodorizes, conditions coat, and leaves your furry friend smelling fresh. Totally tearless, eliminates odors, pH balance for pets, baby powder fragrance. So that's that one. But this is another one. This is the basic H2, and Joe Salatin uses this with some of his new animals, and he puts it in some of the drinking water, and it shows it to actually be so safe that the animals can drink the soapy water, you know, quite dilute, but still able to drink it, and actually does well for them in a sense. So I think we want something a little bit tougher. She's got a really strong smell to her. I have used this one in the past. It didn't really seem to kill odor very well. If any of you guys remember Cookie, one of our OG rabbits, he was recently, he let himself get pretty dirty and sick, and anyways, we tried that on him. It did not help with the odor at all. So I'm thinking we're going to go with a more powerful concentrate here with the H2, and that's by Shackley, and we're going to give that a try and see how it goes. So with that said, I'm going to go fill up the pan with lukewarm water. We'll come back out and get scrubbing this little chickie. All right, we got our pan of water. Add in our soap concentrate. And we'll get that bath all ready and poured for her. So I've also brought out some nail clippers just where her talons are pretty messy. And I also have, just in case we cut the cuticle or the quick, depending on what you call it, I have one little stick, a silver nitrate cauterizing stick. And we just, anytime we cut a nail too short and we get that drop of blood coming, we just give it a dab with the silver nitrate, and that seals it off nice and quick. So we'll have that on hand. There we are. So we are ready to give our little birdie a good soak. So we'll try to ease her into it. And we'll try not to get too messy here. But this is a very nice sunny day today. It's very warm, so not worried about her getting overly cold or anything like that. Gonna get her bum all soaked down in the water. So we're gonna see what a wet Silky looks like today. Should be interesting. Like I say, I really don't believe that she would be able to get herself clean enough based on the state she was in without a whole lot of dust bathing, preening. I think she would have had herself used up trying to get the smell off of herself. So at least we can give her a head start by giving her body a good wash. And she seems to be enjoying it. Right, so I can let go of her. I'm not forcing her. She's cool and relaxed. All right. If anything, she's getting a little bit excited when I rub her back there. She kind of sticks her bum up in the air. So she's not having a bad time by any means. Gives a whole new meaning to a bird bath. So I don't know how many of you out there have given your chickens a bath before, but this is a first for me. So after so many years of taking care of chickens, goes to show how much this little chickie is smelling, that I've never had to do this for another chicken before. And you can tell the water is getting fairly tainted. I don't know if you can see that. So we'll get another pan of water shortly. Now we'll dump this one out after another little bit of scrubbing. She's even lifting her wing up for me. She's like, yeah, I want my armpit scrubbed. Just side. You want to lift this one up for me too? Oh, there you go. Look at her. Look at her leaning over. How cute is that? Neighbors are starting up the weed whacker again. Not too bad timing because we got to dump out the pan of water and get some fresh water now anyways. So I won't subject you to that noise. Well, she's fairly scrubbed up there now. I'll just wring her out a little bit.
So tiny.
Right, she is tiny, tiny little bird. All right, and all right, we'll get a new pan of water. Be right back. Give her a rinse. Alrighty, so we got our fresh pan of water here now, so we'll get her submerged back in there. So in between, she was shivering, so that helps me decide that we will use a hair dryer to dry her off after this, because even though it's a really nice day, the fact that she was shivering says she might not have the reserves needed to really dry herself off without potentially weakening her. And she's rinsing off nicely. So another thing as well is introducing a bird from another flock, especially when the coop smelled so bad and the bird is in a poor condition. There is a concern over bringing parasites or disease into your flock. I'm happy with this washing to do the trick for any parasite that might have been on her. Usually soapy water is all you need to kill those off. So I think we're covered there. And as far as anything else with her goes, we'll kind of play the flock roulette. There we are. So she's well rinsed. So I'm going to keep her in this warm water. And I'm going to give my wife the task of going and getting a hair dryer. And we'll get that plugged into an extension cord and be right back, and we'll give her a nice little fluffing. Alrighty, so we're ready to dry off this little birdie. Let's get a spot set up so she's not sliding around. Start off with a pat dry. She's pretty cute. She lifts her wings up for me. I think she might actually know what we're doing here. She is cute. Alright, so we'll start drying now. It's good timing. We got a helicopter flying overhead, so we'll meet noise with noise. I'm just going to pause here for a second to point out that she does indeed have parasites. That's a flea right there. So she does have fleas. So this shows how bad of a situation she was in. It does look to be dead, so hopefully the soapy water did its trick. But I am seeing multiple fleas on the towel here. So she was in a bad spot. So we did quite well in getting her today. So let's keep going from here. Anything I'm finding on her so far appears to be dead, but I am concerned that some of them may have retreated up into her scalp. So I'll probably I'll have to wet that down as well with some soapy water where possible. But we'll keep drying her off for now so she doesn't get too cold. Just going to try and show you what we're dealing with here. Right, like look at this clump of feathers. See if I can zoom in for you. I think you're able to see it there now. Right, those are dead either fleas or lice. So a good thing about this today is that I've had the vet here before to treat our goats for lice, and as a result I do have some what is it, insect killer, some Boss disinfectant type insect repellent spray, killer spray. But as you can see, she is infested. She is full of these little licey type very licey type fleas. All right, I've seen adult fleas. These look like immature lice or something, but they're on all these feathers here. So look at that. All right, she is infested, or she was. It looks like the soapy water has done the trick in killing them, but they are plentiful in there. That's crazy. All right, so I'm going to continue drying her. We're going to trust that the soapy water did most of the work in killing these. And then I will be applying some of the Boss insect killer to her skin to help her rid what could potentially be up around her neck as well. So we'll keep on drying her now. So with that, Sadie is clean, and most of the lice and fleas should be dead. Some may have escaped up here onto her neck and head. I did a quick check earlier. I never seen anything of a big amount. Most of them were under her wings in that area that we seen earlier. So I'm pretty happy that everything is mostly dead. I will put a little bit of that Boss insect killer on her neck just in case anything is there. Should do the trick for anything that makes its way down. So next on our list now is to do her nails. Like I say, if you can see her nails there now, some of them are really, really wonky. So I'll get my wife to hold her upside down like this for me again. Let's get her over right here. And again, I'm going to get my silver nitrate stick and have it ready. Alright, because it is a good chance of getting cuticle or quick, depending on your terminology, with these long curly nails. But I'm going to do my best to avoid, but we're going to risk it. Alright, so that one's okay. This one, let's hope for the best as well. So far so good. This one I'm just going to take the point off of. Alright. This one. This one still has a poop nugget on it. We're going to leave that in place. The nail's actually straight, so that's okay. But that is all the curly nails done. Hopefully she'll scratch at the ground and keep them maintained from there on out. But I say, look at the excess nail that was hanging on there. Alright, so next I'm just going to go in and get some Boss and put that on her neck. She does still have a bit of an odor about her. She's still not fully well, freshened, we'll say. Or, yeah, words escape me now. Deodorized. There we go. She's not fully deodorized. But she is in much better shape than when we began. So I'll get a little bit of Boss and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so here's my little dispensed Boss that the vet gave me last time she was here. And I'm just trying to work out a dose. The goats receive just over 2 mils spaced all the way down their back. Obviously this chicken is a fraction of a goat size. So I'm going to go probably 0.1 mils. Just a little sniff of it. Just enough to give her something to take the lice pressure off while she gets recovered from her infection. Or infestation, not so much infection as infestation. So hopefully this is a decent amount. You know, just over 0.1 mils there. I'm going to put a little drop up here on her neck. A little bit squirmy. Just going to hold her still. I'm trying to be very accurate. I got a little drop up there. Put a little bit down on the base of her neck down here. Like I say, I'm only dealing with 0.1 of a mil here, so it's not the easiest to do. All I know is by the time I'm done, the 0.1 mil is going to be gone somewhere in amongst the feathers. There we go. That last bit was a good dribble. Okay, so that is the Boss applied. She's been washed. The soapy water definitely killed the lice or fleas or a combination of both. I definitely saw adult fleas, and then there was either young fleas or full-grown lice, one or the other. There's probably one of you watching this video that knows the difference better than I. Either way, I just know that she was infested and smelly because of it, and obviously in a poor kept home. And I got no problem saying that. even though the man gave it to us for free. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful he knew to give up on her care, and I'm thankful that we were able to help her today. So she's looking more spry already. So that's her little fix-up done. Nails trimmed, spa day done, and deloused and defleed. And that will also give her some fly protection as well, the boss will. So hopefully all that is compatible. Like I said, I got the boss for the goats. I'm hoping that it's good for chickens as well. It's kind of a Hail Mary, but it's an informed Hail Mary, I would hope. So let's introduce her to the flock and call this spa day done. And that towel is going in the garbage. And there you have it, folks. That is our good deed of the day, which started out as a mere addition to our flock and going to pick up a new chicken, but obviously turned quickly into a rescue mission of sorts, and definitely improving the welfare of this little Silky. So the kids aren't even home yet. We've already named her Sadie. That's the way it's going to be. And Sadie is now a very loved member already of our flock, especially with what she's obviously been through. You know, her condition was poor. She's infested with parasites, and God only knows what other deficiencies she's currently having and what she's lacking. So hopefully everything we've done here today gives Sadie a new beginning on life, and we will continue to keep her in good condition. You know, off camera now, I may add a little bit of diatomaceous earth to her feathers and just get that in amongst the skin. Also, going to try and introduce her to the flock, see how they tolerate her. Hopefully they don't attack and bully her, but if that happens, we'll deal with it and introduce her a little bit slower as a result. But as for now, everything seems to be going well. We saw a few more of the lice or fleas up on her head, but they look to be dead. So whether it was the soapy water that they crawled away from or the boss already getting to work, it's working. And we've got a good outcome here so far today. Other than us feeling a bit itchy ourselves now, I'm a bit luckier than my wife is, since I have no hair to get lice in. So for that fact, I'm feeling a lot better than probably what she is. But we did have this chicken up against us when we first picked it up. So we're going to go and shed these clothes straight into the washer, wash them on hot with good soapy water, and get a new change of clothes on. But as for now, Sadie seems to be in good spirits. She's very calm, and we're just going to work with her from now to get her introduced to the flock and get her strengthened up and hopefully restore her back to 100% functioning. So I think that's going to conclude today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It was a very impromptu video. Started just by my wife wanting to go get another Silky. And obviously, as you've seen, it turned into quite an adventure. So really feels good though. Good deed. And also shows you guys that if you're getting a new animal for your flock, definitely give them a good check over. We did not expect to see fleas and lice on this chicken. We just knew that she smelled bad, and that was enough to kick us into cleaning it and giving it a good wash. And then we had the deep inspection and found the parasites. So really goes to show that isolating new animals into your flock is a good idea, and also give them a good look over, good inspection. And if you want to go that extra mile and give them a good wash, I don't think it really hurts. So that's us for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and whenever the next video comes out, we'll see you then. But until that happens, hope you're happy, hope you're healthy, take care of each other, and peace out.